Hello, everyone. My name is Dora Yin. First of all, I would like to share with you my story. So I grown up actually in a very humble family. So when I was little, I was grown up in a farm in China, very rural and underdeveloped place. It's so rural and underdeveloped that most villagers in my place even never get out of the village in their whole life. It's so underdeveloped that people in my place, a lot of the adults believe that girls shouldn't even get education. So that's where I came from. So thinking back, I am very grateful to the environment like that. Because as teenager, as when I was little, well, some of you are teenagers, you probably hear about the word rebellious, right? So when I was in my childhood, I was rebellious. My family, the adults, told me, "Oh, girls, you shouldn't get education." Then just wanted to do the opposite. So I wanted to study, and I wanted to get the best education. So I make sure I started the hard, with the hard work and want to do the best in my school. That's what I wanted. Just want to do different from what my parents told me. So then when I finished my middle school, in my time, there were two options. One was to go to high school and eventually lead to college. And the other route is to get technical school and get a job, make money as soon as possible. At that moment, well, as I mentioned, I grown up in such an underdeveloped place. I even didn't know the difference between the technical school and a high school. But I know there's a word high. I wanted that high one. So of course, I struggled and fought with my family members so that I could go to high school. So long story short, I managed to finish my high school and got admitted into college. Well, most guys struggle. Now, college takes money, right? Some of you already realize it's expensive to go to college, right? Well, in China, it wasn't that expensive, but it's all relative. To my rural family, it was very expensive. My family couldn't afford it. So then, as at that moment, I was 17. So I was thinking, what should I do? So I look around and see some people doing business that they could take a loan. Student loan in China wasn't really common. But I see some people, they open businesses, they could take a loan. So I basically walk around all the banks in the little town. Later, I went to a town in the high school. Actually, I left my home when I was 14 years old. So I got to the town. I talked to the banks. Of course, a lot of the people in the bank, they ridiculed me. They refused me, right? They reject me. Well, fortunately, I felt very fortunate that one of the very kind and a beautiful lady told me she would like to give me a loan. Well, I need someone to back up me, like sponsorship, meaning that if I couldn't return the money, that one person have to pay. So along the time, I always feel I was fortunate. I felt very grateful. My sister, she was 10 years older than me. Of course, because of the whole environment, she didn't finish even high school. She finished middle school and started working and make money. She was still already working back then. She was willing to back me up. So I got a loan and I went to college. When for people's growth, it's so important to have the right environment. So once I was in the college, I was exposed to a new word. The word, people talking about, well, study, about research, about even like master degree, PhD degree, or even going out the country to study outside. So everything was so new and exciting. So I felt like a sponge. So then again, always feel like I had some opportunities. So there was one time my counselor, like advisor in the college, she told me there's this program like Bell Labs offered a scholarship to visit Bell Labs and as well as provide a big sizable money. So I wasn't sure if I could qualify, but I tried. So I started to ask for recommendation letters from my teachers and writing up essays, resumes. Then I was so fortunately I got it. There was only 5 students in the whole China got it in that year. That was 2001, just before 9/11 actually. So because of that, I got a chunk of money. So then because of that money, I started to study for GRE, for TOEFL, and for apply for graduate school in the US. And it was really hard to imagine that I could even got admitted to a PhD grad program in the country with the best education that was the United States. So that's how I came to this country. So yeah, time goes fast. I came here. I felt so fortunate, and I even came here with a full scholarship. Well, I would say it's with stipend. So that support all my PhD study. I got my PhD degree. I got a job. Everything felt great. Then until I have a family, I had a child. Then I realized even me and my husband, we got both PhDs in almost the best school in the US. But financially, we are struggling. So I started to feel puzzled. In China, there's a saying that scholars doesn't make money. So I started to to question this expression, why scholars doesn't make enough money. So I started got interested into money. So what is money? Finance, right? So, but I didn't have any background in finance. Then I started to think about my humble background. I didn't have money to go to school. I didn't have support to attend any actual curriculum programs, but I got to the US university, right? So I didn't have background in finance. That's okay. I could learn. So that's again, even finished PhD in physics, I started to learn a brand new field. So over the last 11 years, I already switched my field for 11 years. So I built up a great business in finance. Well, don't make me wrong, I love science. As a matter of fact, my husband is a great scientist. I admire him. He does great science. So, I switched to the money field. I built up business. I make great income for the family to support the kids, to support for the grandparents. So, I try not to boast about it. I just want to, let you know that's a few things. In the following, I would like to share with you 5 points during my career. I think that might be beneficiary to a lot of you young people, very with promising and bright future. So first of all, first thing, first item, do not let your circumstance define you. I know everybody have challenges. Some of you may have family challenges, financial challenges, physical challenges, or emotional challenges. Whatever challenges you are, find for solution instead of your circumstance. That's the first point. So the second point, environment. Environment is so important. Try to find association, great association and environment. For example, if you like math, join math club. If you like science, talk to scientists. Or if you think engineering is your call, we have so many engineers around here. This is after all, Seattle area is the word for engineers, right? So talk to your parents, talk to your classmates' parents, ask what engineering look like, right? So third, being flexible. Flexible, it would be great if some of you already figure out what you do for your future, for your life. But if you haven't figured out, it's totally understandable. You are young, and even for myself, I thought I figured out in high school, in college, even in graduate school. But later on, I switched field. Be flexible with your choice, follow your heart, do whatever you do, try your best, and still be ready to change if you think that's your call. So that's a third. So the fourth thing, action oriented. No matter what the dreams are, your goals are, your ambition is, if you do not put it into action, everything is meaningless. So action. So I recently heard that 25% people think they have problem with procrastination. I don't know what you think about yourself. Well, try to think, make it a philosophy. Action first philosophy. No matter it's little things, like clean your room, like washing your dishes, like doing your homework, like replying your parents' message. Do it right away. Or it might be a bigger cause, like your direction in the future, or you want to talk to someone about what you do. Do it right away, as long as it's in your mind. So, well, in this aspect, I know a lot of people, they're not taking action because they want to do something in a perfect way. I haven't prepared enough, or maybe I have a better solution. But the situation, the reality that you can never be perfect. So Facebook, at a certain point, they wrote a sentence in their workplace: done is better than perfect. So that's number 4. So number 5, hard work. Hard work. So nothing can take the position of hardworking. So, well, at the end, I would like share with you one quote that's from a famous person. I think he's a writer. He's also a sports person. His name is Tim Notke. It doesn't matter what the name is. So his quote is, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. So that's all what I share with you today. So hope that would help you. Thank you.